You can make crazy amounts of money with crypto airdrops. And so in this video, I'll be going over 3 of the most popular, but also some of the most easy to get crypto airdrops that are most likely coming up that could earn you thousands, if not tens, or perhaps even hundreds of thousands of dollars. And because I've been making so many airdrop tutorials, and if you've been checking them out, make sure you press that like button. Today, I'll be doing 3 completely different ones, one for Ethereum, one for Celestia, and then one for Solana. So let's dive right in. And if you're not done it yet, make sure you go ahead and press that like button. And I'll be doing a lot more of these guides on the channel. And I really think this is going to be one of the best opportunities in crypto, but the tutorials just take a long time to make. So make sure that you stay subscribed to the channel if these are updates you like, or if you want to learn more about crypto. And we've got a Discord down below where we can start discussing these airdrops. That might also be something nice for you to do. Anyway, let's get started. Airdrop number 1, you're going to need this wallet right here. It's called the Phantom wallet. Look it up, download it for Chrome, step number 1, because we're going to need some Solana. The airdrop we're going to try farm is the one from MarginFi, and please understand one thing. The probabilities and things like that I'll discuss more at the end of the video, because what we're doing for is farming and doing things in order to get us potential massive rewards. But you don't know how much you're going to get, when you're going to get it, if you're going to get it, until it's there. And that point is not now, because one thing many people don't understand is that these protocols are rewarding you for being involved early before they announce that they're giving away free tokens. So what we are trying to do is prove we are users of these protocols that have a high chance of eventually rewarding their users, because they've got some hints like a point system, or it's just been rumored around. We're going to interact with those protocols a lot, as it's extremely cheap to do so, hopefully accrue some points and get some free money in a couple of days, a couple of weeks, a couple of months, we don't know, but these are our best chances. And we're getting a return on our money anyway, as I'll show you. Because every single thing I'm about to show you is profitable, meaning these actions will make you more money on the money you already have. It's not gonna cost money, it will literally make you money, but I'll show everything. Just wanted to quickly get that out the way. So let's start again by saying airdrop number 1 is for MarginFi. It's the hottest VC project on Solana right now. And the idea is simple. You can borrow, lend, stake, swap, bridge, which by the way might use other protocols on Solana like Jupiter here, or for bridging it might use Mayan. And you can see it's got a little points section over there, which indicates to us that the more you're doing right now, the more of a chance you've got to eventually get yourself some sort of airdrop. Theoretically speaking though, these points are worthless as of now, but we are expecting them to be worth a lot. And if you're going to do this, I will leave a link down below, because apparently that way I can also farm some points from everybody doing this, which I didn't know until now. So how do we go about this? As I said, we need ourselves the Phantom wallet. Once you've downloaded it, it should look something like this. And now we're going to have to go onto an exchange, and just to save some time later, there'll be 3 cryptos that we're going to have to buy: Solana, Ethereum, and either Atom or Celestia, but we'll talk about that later. The process for all 3 cryptos will be pretty similar as to the steps I'm about to show you. So we have to go to a crypto exchange. I've chosen Bybit. A link is down below, so you can get yourself a free $500 trade, $30,000 worth of deposit bonuses, just massive bonuses, and it's one of the best crypto exchanges I personally think. And you can buy all the cryptos you need on there. If we were buying with credit card, by the way, we'd have to go right here to either one-click buy or fiat deposit. But for the most part, I think you guys are at least a little bit into crypto. So then you have to go to trade, then spot, and then just go into this section and type in the coin you're looking for. Or like I said, trade, spot, then scroll through till you find the coin you're looking for, which in this case is SOL. Not one SOL, don't make that mistake. We just scroll through the S, and now that we're on this page, over to the right, all I do is just press market, then just insert how many dollars I'd like to buy. And just to shut off, we could just do like $100, for example, like 1 SOL, and then go through with the whole process. Obviously, the more is better, but you'll see. I recommend watching the whole tutorial anyway before making any choices, and then watch it for a second time to actually do stuff. Then I do the same for Ethereum. However, since for Ethereum, the fees on everything are significantly higher. If you're not going to do this with a little bit more money, it might not be worth it. But again, I'll explain everything. And I do the same for TIA. So this one right here. The reason at the start I said there's 2 options is because theoretically speaking, you could buy Atom, send it to the wallet, and later swap it to Celestia, which might increase your chances for future airdrops. But that's all stuff I discuss in my Celestia, Atom, Cosmos type of airdrop tutorials. So this is more for just Celestia, and I'll probably also be doing videos on every one of these individually, but right now I just wanted to combine 3 of the most exciting airdrops for 2024. Hopefully, / most likely. So those are the 3 cryptos that you need to buy. Anyway, this process we'll have to repeat a few times, once for every airdrop, but we'll start out with number 1. And now to get Solana into your Phantom wallet after you set it up, all you need to do is copy this address right here, put it in this box, then as chain type, pick Solana, and obviously withdraw as much as you want to. Anyway, once you're over on MarginFi again, of which I will leave a link in the description down below, so I can get some points, which is pretty juicy. There's a sign on the top right, which says sign in with Phantom Wallet. Make sure you press that button. It will then ask, I'll show you on the bottom, if you want to connect or cancel, you press connect. And as you can see on this account, we have 0 points because we've not done anything yet. How do we get points though? Well, it says right here, we can get lending points, borrowing points, and referral points. So if you use the link down below, I'll be getting some referral points for showing you a tutorial. And then if you invite people as well, you'll be getting some referral points from them. Lending points are, as it says, lending earns 1 point per dollar lent per day. Borrowing points are earned 4 points per dollar borrowed per day. It's all over on the top left. I actually just noticed I've got another account, which I've done this tutorial with before, because it's not the first time I record this. Just very often I'm not happy with the video. Anyway, but this got about 27,000 points, and I'll show you how I got it. All I did was over on the top left, there's a button called lend. And what I've done is I've basically lent out my Solana at a very low APY, so it's not too juicy, by pressing this button right here, so supply, and then inserting the amount that I'd like to supply. So in this case here, the maximum I can do is 218 SOL. However, I believe the pool here potentially does not have enough open to actually facilitate all this. Oh, it says here, you can do about 17,000. This is about, I guess it doesn't really matter because if this is about 99% full, I guess you can go to 500,000 SOL at the end. And this switches every single day as people take money in and out. Anyway, in here, I'd put the amount of SOL I'd like to contribute. And exactly how things work, I recommend you to just start reading. I'm just showing you how to do it. All I'd have to do is press supply, for example, and then I can decide if I actually do not want to just take normal Solana, but I want staked Solana, but specifically liquid staked Solana. And that would basically give me a yield while also gaining more yield. I click no just for the sake of the tutorial. It says, hey, the change is -1 Solana. You can't perfectly see it, but that's what it says on the right. Network fee is 0.0001 SOL. I press confirm. We give it a few seconds to load. And there we go. Honestly, in terms of getting yourself the airdrop, that's theoretically speaking all you needed to do. You can choose exactly which of the specific SOLs you might want to deposit to potentially get yourself a higher yield than just 2% a year. And I definitely recommend looking a bit more into what the risks exactly are with all this. As you can see, I've got a couple of different coins in this wallet that I kind of forgot about. And you might want to stake on here too, because at the end of the day, points are one thing, but the more you swap, the more you bridge, the more you stake via MarginFi, the more chances you've got to eventually be rewarded in an airdrop, because you don't know if they're going to use the points. It's just a nice way to track things. At the end of the day, though, you don't fully know just how it's going to work. But that's everything for our first airdrop. Now, the second one is for Celestia. For this one, you're going to need the Leap wallet. You can see the link for it in the top left. Just give it a download for, Google Chrome or whatever. Or if in some other tutorial you saw 𝗕pler wallet, that'll also work. I just mostly use Leap. They're both kind of the same though. And once you've got that wallet, it'll look something like this. It'll not have money inside though. It will say 0. But you'll go to, in this right here, press Celestia, and you'll find an address right here. Now go over to Bybit. Obviously you want to withdraw Celestia and copy this exact Celestia address. If it asks for a memo, you don't need one. If it asks for a network, you press Celestia. If it only says something crazy like Ethereum, yada yada, different exchange. If you're using Bybit, I know this works. You just go withdraw Celestia, press Celestia, insert exactly this address, and just try it with like $1 if you're worried. Don't do everything at once, try $1. You'll figure it out. It's easy. And now through some way, you're going to have to find yourself to this Milky Way. It says right there, liquid stake TIA to mint Milktia. You can do it through the Leap board, which is basically the dashboard of your wallet. The link is in the top left, or you can just go to the link as it states right here. Anyway, you just go press connect wallet on the top right. You press here on Leap. Then as it'll ask you to connect, you press connect, and boom, now we're in. All we want to do is just insert exactly how much Celestia we want to stake. In this case here, I don't have much left in the account, only like a couple cents, so I can't really do much. I can only do, okay, quickly grabbed another account that I've already done a tutorial for, but at least now we can press the button. As you can see, all we got to do is just insert a number of Celestia we'd like to stake. The APR is roughly 14.3%, so about 0.27% we get every single week. And so we just insert a number. Let's say, for example, 1 Celestia we want to delegate. This way we stake TIA and receive Milktia while staking. So we press stake, then it'll ask you to confirm, so you press approve. And now that you've done that, if you go from Celestia to Osmosis, you will forever see your Milktia in there, because right now you've basically staked your Celestia, so you're getting a return, but you also have the token on hand. And the reason it says Milktia test is because I called it that a while back, and I don't even know exactly how to change it. Nor do I care about the name. And if it doesn't show up for you for some reason, you can always press manage tokens, click this little plus, and then in this address section, you go to CoinMarketCap, type in Milktia, look for the right one, give it a second to load, and you copy this right here. This copy it to clipboard, insert it into this section, and the rest doesn't matter. For example, here you type in Milktia, here you press 6, then Milktia again, and it'll show up accordingly. And honestly, that's all you need to do to eventually, hopefully, get yourself into some sort of Milky Way related airdrop. And that's what a lot of people on the interwebs are doing. Again, I chose all these 3 because a lot of people are doing them, but that's basically the rundown. I should add, there are even more cool things. To be honest with you, it gets really deep if you wanted to. If you want to get an even higher yield, you go to Discover, and you actually provide liquidity for example, the Milktia TIA pair on Osmosis. But you're going to have to know a little bit more about what you're doing. I'd recommend the managed positions, not manual, if you don't know what you're doing. But even that is for a tutorial of a different day. You can get some pretty juicy APRs, though. This one is 10% additionally, basically. But let's dive into airdrop number 3, which is the Etherfi, potentially airdrop or something related. And that's the thing. Through Etherfi, you actually get yourself some chances to get additional airdrops, but you'll see as you get into all this, it all starts making sense. The best tip I can always give to people is just get started. Just do a couple of these things, even if you're only doing it with like 10 or 50 bucks or whatever. And as you get it, a lot of it will start to make more sense. A lot of the comments I see are honestly pretty stupid, but I don't mind because it's pretty hard to get into. The first steps are not simple, even to me. A lot of these things, I had to tweak it here, make sure I didn't do anything wrong, because it's kind of tricky. But once you get it, once you've been able to do all the steps that I just specified to you, and you do it again, it starts to become quite logical how all these things work. And hopefully from then on forward, you'll be able to find your own good opportunities. These videos are just stepping stones to you becoming like a pro. But anyway, it's called Etherfi, like I just said. And honestly, these guys are pretty amazing. As you can see, seamless staking, effortless earnings, stake ETH, get ETH, a natively restaked liquid token, a staking token, that fuels DeFi and decentralized Ethereum. So the simplest thing I can say about this is, if you've got Ethereum, I personally think it's worth it to stake a good bunch of it. But which do you choose? Do you choose Lido? Do you choose this, that? Maybe you've heard Eigenlayer come around. Well, these guys do restaking. And the most important part there being you increase your yield significantly if it's restaked. As you can see, stake ETH, receive ETH, natively restaked, meaning the ETH is natively restaked for additional rewards, meaning you get almost maximum returns if you also then, like we just did, for example, provide liquidity or things like that to just double, triple your yields on things. How it works is you press stake now, and for this we're going to need the MetaMask wallet to put some Ethereum into, but I think if you're watching this video and you've never touched Ethereum, then maybe skip out on this drop and this opportunity if you do not know how to get a MetaMask account and get some Ethereum in. But I'll still show you regardless. Get yourself MetaMask. And the reason I said skip is because the fees are way more significant here. So if you're doing it with like $1, $2, it's just perhaps not really worth it. MetaMask looks like this. Once you've downloaded it, you got to withdraw some Ethereum to the account that it says right here. So just go to your exchange like Bybit. You press withdraw, press Ethereum, press ERC20. If it asks you a question, and copy and paste this address. You get some money in here. It will show some Ethereum. You got to go to Etherfi, press connect wallet, press browser wallet. Depending on which one we chose MetaMask, so you press it. It'll give you like a couple little buttons that you have to confirm to. So you press yes, 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 and now you press I agree. And now all you got to do is insert. Just decided to connect another account that does have some money inside so we can do something. For example, we want to do 1 ETH. We insert 1. It's about 2,500 bucks. We press stake. Now, if you have Wallet Guard enabled, it'll ask you if this is really what you want to do. I recommend Wallet Guard, but again, discussion for a different day. And now it's done. I've got myself 1 ETH. I now also see there's also referral links for this one. So I'll leave a link to this one down below as well to hopefully get even more points. What I've just shown you is basically the basic of everything you need. This was the most important step. However, the more things that you do, as can be seen right here, the more points that you'll also be building up. And that has to do with some of the things you can see on the bottom left right here, or over on the top in DeFi, Advanced, or again in ETH, like wrapping, where you can get these Etherfi loyalty points for just doing things. And a little bit to the right, it also says you can get Eigenlayer points. Eigenlayer points are distributed every hour based on the amount of live restaked validators currently active. But all that I'll talk about in more specific tutorials over the next couple of days or weeks. This is just a quick little how to get started with it all guide. My tutorials probably ain't the best. And the reason for that is I'm just getting started in trying to explain these things to you. As I said, we're always looking for the easiest fashion, the lowest barrier of entry, but I did this in the way of importance as well. For example, the MarginFi one, the one I showed you at the start, I know people are dying for almost on the VC side. People want to get in so significantly that I highly recommend everybody to at least, if you've got some soul, since it's such a small barrier of entry, to get kind of started with, do something with, because I know MarginFi is huge and will most likely stay and be huge. Milky Way, it's very easy, very cheap. The thing is, if there's going to be a drop of sorts, I'm not sure how much money you'll make off of it, and it's not as confirmed as the MarginFi one. The Etherfi situation is again a lot more significant, a lot better. The only problem here being that Ethereum has a higher barrier of entry. It's significantly more expensive. And if you're not doing it with, I'd say, at least $100 or $200 worth, but you only want to do it with like 10, it probably ain't worth it. I'd say 0.1 ETH, so about $250 or so, is like the minimum, which I'd personally think is worth it. Also because your stake and rewards for a year are 3.5%, right? And you can increase that with a couple of tricks. But let's say, boom, it's 7 or even 8%. But to stake, there's a fee. Let's say it's $8. If you were doing this whole process with only $100, you're paying 8% fees, right? To get this whole process started. And so then you're only thinking about the airdrop, not just about the staking, etc. But that's like half the effort. I'd say half the reward is also the staking rewards that you're getting, in my opinion. And of course, all these other cool DeFi parts. But if you're only doing it with $1, $2, whatever, and you're paying, $10 fees here, $10 fees there. If you're doing it with $1,000, $20 worth of fees ain't that crazy. If you're doing it with $100, $20 worth of fees, it's ridiculous. So yeah. Anyway, you've seen some small parts to a very, very broad journey. I'll talk a lot more about Etherfi soon. I'll talk a lot more about the other two cool opportunities I've just shown you. This is just a starting little video. I'll probably be able to optimize it with individual tutorials over the next few days. Hopefully still though you learned something. Hopefully it still was enjoyable. And if you've got questions, just let me know down below so I can get to it soon. And that's about it for the tutorial. I'll leave a couple of links down below and I'll see you guys very soon.